So if you found this video, you're probably in the market for a brand new smoker and you're wondering, should I buy a pellet smoker or should I buy a wood burning smoker? And in this video, I'm gonna explain the key differences between the two to help you make an informed decision. This video isn't gonna try to convince you to buy one over the other. I'm just gonna simply explain the pros and cons of each of them so that you know which one to buy for you, because each person's needs are going to be a little bit different. The biggest and most talked about difference between these two, and the one that everybody notices first if they've used both, is the ease of use. It is far easier to have successful smokes on a pellet smoker versus the wood burning one. And that is because of the temperature gauge on a pellet smoker. You can simply set the temperature, whatever you want, and it automatically keeps it within about 10 degrees or so of that temperature. Versus the wood burning smoker, you're always tending it. Not that that's a bad thing, but you are always tending the fire. You're always adjusting chimneys and doors. You're always trying to control the airflow, and you're constantly watching the temperature gauge to try to keep it right where you want it. So there's way more manual labor, if you will, in a wood burning smoker versus the pellet smoker, where you kind of set it and almost forget it. In fact, in my experience, I have to check this one every 15 minutes or so to keep it right where it's at. And this one, you can go 30, 45 minutes before checking on it. 30, 45 minutes is what I do, because there's just not a lot that can go wrong. If the temperature is set on this thing, I don't have to worry about it. And that's one of the biggest differences that people notice. That is a big thing to consider, especially if you are new to smoking. The second biggest difference between these two is the price difference. Now, the initial outlay for this one was $300. Bought this at Bass Pro Shops. It's a Smoke Canyon. Z-Grills smokers are between $400 and $800, depending on what size of one you get. But the real big difference is in the pellets, okay? So a bag of pellets like this costs between $15 and $50. Depends on where you get it, depends on what size, depends on what brand. But let's just pretend the average price per bag of pellets is $30, which is not unreasonable at all. In fact, I think this very bag is $30. So you have $30 versus, almost no cost for wood. You could either go out and do the manly thing. I have a forest right behind my house here, so I could go out and chop wood if I wanted to, be all manly and sweat it up with my axe, feel like Paul Bunyan out there if I wanted to. That's really cool if you're into that whole scene. Or you could go to Craigslist and buy like a whole truckload of wood for between $100 and $200, depends on how big the truckload was, depends if it was hickory or pecan or whatever, and you basically have enough smoking wood for this thing for 20 years. So obviously it's also way cheaper to run a wood burning smoker. So if you're like, I don't have a lot of money, don't want to spend a lot of money on this smoking thing, maybe you just want to try it out, definitely go with the wood burning. A lot of people even have free wood sitting in their backyard. My brother bought a house that had like a 3-year supply worth of cherry wood in the back, one of the last houses he bought. So obviously it's way cheaper running this, but it's way easier running this. Another really big factor you have to think about is the success rate of your smokes. And the winner of that is definitely the pellet smoker. You just get way better results with a pellet smoker. And the reason why is you have all this electronic equipment here, keeps it around the temperature that you want. So I have it set to 250 degrees and it'll keep it within 5 to 10 degrees at all times. So as you can imagine, I don't burn much on this thing. Unless I was to totally neglect it and walk away for several hours, you really can't mess up with a pellet smoker. Wood burning, on the other hand, the fire can flame up or the fire can die. I've actually burned chicken on this already. So if you're new to smoking or you're really interested in, say, having a pool party, you want to have all your friends and family over and you want to impress them with the amazing ribs and chicken you're going to cook up, definitely go with the pellet one, because your success rate is going to be way higher than on this one. There's definitely a learning curve to the wood burning smokers. The fourth and final factor you want to consider is if you are a prepper. I myself am a bit of a prepper, not real big. I don't have a bunker in the back. I don't think that a zombie apocalypse is going to break out or anything like that, but I am concerned about the future. Let's pretend that the supply lines got greatly reduced in this country. I would definitely want a wood-burning smoker in my backyard. I could go down to the river, I could chop wood, I could catch some fish, shoot some game, bring them back, and basically cook them for $0 and 0 cents. Just manual labor. So I like having the wood burning smoker in my backyard, and that might be something you want to consider, is getting both. I'll put links to both of these down in the description. But if you're not concerned about that and you're more just concerned about like success rate, definitely want to get the old pellet smoker. I've got a lot of stuff going on there, and very happy with the results of this one. But I like having this one in the backyard. And you know, I'm going to throw in a fifth thing actually. You want to think about the experience you're going to get, because it's a way different experience with both of these. I actually like smoking on this wood smoker because I like tending a fire. If you are retired or something like that, or maybe you live out in the mountains and you are outside a lot and you like the experience of messing with a fire in the firebox, adjusting everything, and you enjoy that whole process like me, then definitely want to consider the wood one. But if you are looking to impress, go with the pellet one instead. So there you guys go. I hope this video was helpful to you. I'll put links to both of these smokers down in the description. Good luck on your smoking journey, because there is a little bit of a learning curve to it. But thank you guys for watching. Good luck.